Stream is
It's
live.
No pressure. It's no pressure. We're just live on the internet. It's all. It's all.
It is what it is, dog. Hit him with
Now
that
when the
intro,
action
Price.
begins, our referee in charge, William Bookwalter. Bill Bookwalter will call the shots.
Here I stand, innocent and lost, broken limbs, prove that I am guilty by dissociation, on accessory. Guilty by dissociation, on accessory.
CHKM8 MMA.
Hey, it's Fight Show,
Woo.
episode 71, live on the interwebs. We're back, powered as always, presented as always by Checkmate Specialty Roasters. I'm going to get to some housekeeping here as soon as I get done sharing this stream out. We got a special guest host all the way from fucking Houston. I can't do the horns like Derek Lewis does it, but we'll let him throw the horns up. All the way from Houston, SDAWGSMMATALK. If you don't follow them on YouTube and Twitter and such, you should probably go ahead and give him a follow down there at the bottom. GL3 Tanner Canada will be along 15 to 20 minutes, I would assume. Sometime here, first half of the show, towards the end of the first half of the show, Tanner Canada will be in. Bill Bookwalter working night shift this week. We decided to trudge on without him. As I said earlier, we're as always powered by Checkmate Specialty Roasters, our brand of fresh roasted, specialty grade organic coffee shipped right to your door. It's MMA themed. Why else would it not be on this show? tinyurl.com/checkmate roasters. Use the code checkmate for free shipping. Clips, socials at Checkmate MMA, full episodes, YouTube at Checkmate MMA. Notice the trend here. And actually, Millions.co, we're getting ready. We just announced a partnership with Millions.co, getting ready to do some exclusive interviews, merch. We got a bunch of stuff coming with Millions, so check us out on there. Millions.co/checkmate. That one's -MMA. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Appreciate for whoever's watching from wherever. We're live on our Instagram and our Facebook and our YouTube. And of course, SDAWGSMMATALK on YouTube. And I believe Twitter is where he's at. Young GL3 back in it. Second week in a row. He's the type of guy that hangs gloves on his living room wall. You can tell his girlfriend don't live with him.
How about it?
What's up, fella?
What's
What
up?
up? That's a free
go,
bird
baby.
over there, as Leonard Skinner once said, brother. You're a free bird.
That's a free
I'm
bird.
looking to add to it. You guys got any ideas on who I should add to it?
Brother, Derek Lewis, who you should add to it. What are you talking about?
Ooh. I like that.
You need Adrian Yanez on there. You need Alex Morano. You need all the Texas boys on there, brother.
He's got comment.
Like
Who else
some
has
classic
belong?
Chuck Liddell shorts? Just like
Who
yeah,
else
I
has
can.
belong?
dude.
Who else? First of all, you need to get the shorts off the wall like that. We need to get you some proper frames. And you need to start being a grown-up, GL3. It's time to grow up just a little bit. We're going to get the shorts in the frames.
They're ghetto. They're a little ghetto rigged.
I mean, just a
Sorry,
bit.
here.
But we also have Christmas lights hanging around our ceiling, so it's okay. We don't. Hey, we listen and we
Same.
don't judge.
Same.
We listen
Same.
and we don't judge. Everybody, you want to tell them about yourself, Mr. S Dogs, just in case all these viewers that are tuning in everywhere are not or some of your viewers and are our viewers. Hit them with some knowledge about Mr. Sterling from down Houston way.
What's going on, people? Glad to be here with Checkmate. Shout out to boy Price. Came on my show Monday, so I thought I'd return the favor. Hop on over here with Checkmate MMA. Been watching the boys now for about a month or two. I like the show. Love the fucking intro, bro. But yeah, man. I'm an MMA fighter as well as a Muay Thai fighter. 3-1 in MMA, 1-1 in Muay Thai. Have my own channel, SDAWGSMMATALK. Get your boy a like and a sub. Come on, people. Don't window shop. Just trying to do the damn thing, man. I've interviewed guys like John Anik, Mark Goddard, Brad Tate. Just dropped like my man GL3. Shout out the boy, bro. Just had Mike Davis on yesterday. So, you know what I'm saying? We're dropping UFC fighters. I've had Fury UFC fighters. I've had referees on the show. All point of views, man. And just trying to make the MMA world a little bit more positive out here. And give it from a fighter's point of view and give it from really just a positive MMA fan. A lot of negativity in the MMA world. And just shine the light like my boy Price does over here. But yeah, man, I'm glad to be on the show today, bro. And I appreciate y'all having me on.
We try and be a beacon. Sometimes when Bill Bookwalter's not here, we struggle to keep up the high standards that he sets. But we'll carry on in his honor, and he'll be back next Wednesday. We'll have to get these two together. But yeah, no, it's all about respect, man. Everybody that makes the walk gets respect. We are not about these little corny ass YouTubers who bash fighters and bash referees and couldn't walk a mile in their shoes. And we have people on the team like Bill Bookwalter that spent a decade reffing at the highest levels. So when he says he knows what a guy was thinking, or he thinks he knows what a guy was thinking, he's got the reps in. I mean, you can judge people by whether you've seen him on TV or not, but you can judge him on the fact that he's got a decade's worth of reps, and he's refereed your fighter's favorite fighter, your guys coming up. There isn't a normal person that comes on this show that in our network that Bill doesn't have some type of connection with. So we appreciate that. Appreciate guys like you tuning in. Appreciate guys that respect the sport. So let's appreciate young bucks like this down here below that are fucking spending their hard-earned.
Yes, sir.
Well, he makes that fucking that kid makes paper too. He spends all kinds of paper in the UFC. He's the type of fan Dana White loves.
He is.
He's over here road tripping,
true.
buying Misha Tate replica belts and Bilal Muhammad.
I'm road tripping all the time, dude. Me and the boys were eyeing up which event we're going to next. We're like, dude, should we hit Montreal 3:15? We're thinking about it.
Should we hit Montreal?
Yeah.
Are y'all really thinking about going down there?
Got your homie in here. I recognize this name from your stream. There's your homie. You can go ahead and shout.
Trigger, what's up, big dog? Hey, Trigger, let me tell you something about Trigger real quick, Bryce. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it. Trigger has been there, bro, since I had double-digit subscribers. I was like 10 to 15 subs, and my boy Trigger hopped on the show, bro, before I was even doing interviews. So Trigger's always been there, brother, from the jump, and we're at 854 now. So I appreciate you, Trigger. Always showing love, and he always supports, dog. He supports everyone that comes on the show.
You gotta shout out the day ones, bro. You gotta shout out.
Got to. Trigger's a real one. Trigger, Lazy Bed, all them boys. They'll be in here soon, brother.
Look, I recognize some of his names, so we'll throw them up here and introduce some new people to our brand of MMA fuckery over here. Again, if you're just tuning in, we are missing half the squad. Bill Bookwalter's working nights tonight, and Tanner Canada will be along shortly. Shout out to everybody tuning in from over at SDAWGS channels. We appreciate you. I don't know. Can you see where we at? We don't usually go live on Twitter, so this is kind of new for us.
Oh, really?
Can you see numbers on where you're at, or you can't see?
I can't see nothing, dog. It's coming off of your stream.
Can't see nothing. We got some people tuning in though, so we appreciate you. But I mean,
yeah, bro.
It's an MMA talk. It's an MMA show. Like we got. It's not just coffee and shameless plugs and me housekeeping over here and sharing shit. We got some funny sound effects, but it's mostly MMA. Like what has been going on? I'm gonna run over here and look at this feed real quick and be able to tell you real quick what we've had some fights booked here that were announced today. Like we usually like to cover news first, and I'm gonna go over here and actually I can do it right off my phone.
Big Brax in the chat. What's up, dog? I see y'all. I see y'all popping in. I see you, homie. What's up, fool? Shout out the boy
Top
Jake.
G-Lo. Jake, my guy.
G-Lo,
Yeah,
is that another? Is that
Top
the
G-Lo's
GL3's
That is the one. That's the one. That's the
I
one
like
all-
that.
all the
Top
guys
G-Lo. I like that, dog.
shit.
G, how old are you, bro? I don't think I've ever asked this.
24.
I said ever asked this. I just met you 48 hours ago. I'm like, bro, I don't think I've ever asked you.
Yeah.
Y'all
48
are
hours
fucking you
Monday.
guys are already like Instagram homies and shit. Like it's all good.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Your friends.
Yeah,
now.
the boys.
yeah.
Come
I
on, man.
slid up
Hey,
My homie.
the
The
boys already
section.
watching the YouTube, dog. My boys already giving Mike Davis shout outs already, man.
Mike
Shout out
Davis,
Top G.
I became an instant fan after watching that of Mike Davis, dude.
Dude, I love to hear
Check
that.
out
bro.
SDAWGS on YouTube, fellows.
You're the man, dog. You're the
My
man.
buddy Jake who commented too. He'd watch the YouTube video with Mike Davis. He's a good
Come
dude.
on, Jake. Hey,
my
Jake,
guy.
go ahead. You see it? You see it, Jake. Hit that subscribe button, brother.
Tanner Canada and Bill Bookwalter having an interesting conversation about raising Kane's chicken.
It's pretty good.
Brax just had that yesterday. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I'm getting some more.
Dude, I'm
Raising
excited
Cane's
for
up here.
Calvin Cater's return.
Yeah, I
Come
was getting
on.
ready to pull it up,
He's
and then
getting
there
it
was a
done.
whole conversation I was tagged in, so I got sidetracked. ADHD kicked in. What do we get booked today? We announced, as you know, if you don't already know, if you're one of SDAWGS followers, we do a good bit of news, and we don't post it unless it's been sourced. So if you're seeing it on our page, it's good. Emmett versus Lerone Murphy, April 5th in Vegas. I don't know if you saw that today.
Oh my God, I cannot wait for that, bro. Lerone Murphy's they've been putting him up against dogs lately, bro.
Michael Chandler course, the last person that went against Josh Emmett, I believe, thinks Hitler's a good fishing buddy. So we'll see how that works out for Lerone Murphy. Michael Chandler, I ain't even touching it. Michael Chandler tweeted out 317 something for International Fight Week. Of course, we posted it's Andre Petrosky Fight Week. Shout out to Andre Petrosky, the homie. UFC Vegas 102 odds, 2-1 favorite. RoboCop's 2-1 favorite over Jared Cannonier with a plus 185. If you can pick up Cannonier for 185 and he does something magical and he can do something early, might be able to make some money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck this name up. I should make you do it.
Go ahead,
Cal Fernandez, and I said that wrong, but I really don't care, was supposed to face the homie Jared Gordon, friend of the show, former guest here. But due to visa issues, he's out. So Mashrabjan Ruzabev, his brother is the one that trains at is that Alpha Male? I believe he trains out at Alpha Male. Looks like the caveman. I'm not even going to try and say his name. Nur Sultan Ruzabed. Yeah, I've really got to I got to get on my Annex shit.
Yeah.
Of course, Bill Algeo, Senior Perfecto, retired earlier this week. Zhang said on Ariel Helwani earlier this week, if she moves up to flyweight, the UFC wants it to be permanent. So, MMA Anomaly checking in. I remember that name.
Hey, what's poppin', Olin?
Hey.
That's because Lerone S a dog. Yes, sir, he is. Yes, sir.
Sandhagen sparks O'Malley. Sandhagen's
you see that?
Walking around dressed like Scooby-Doo looking for his missing title shot.
You see Sandhagen and O'Malley. Sandhagen
that fight
and O'Malley
finalized?
315. Rumors right now.
No,
But they were working on it.
Like I said,
I
it
mean,
was finally
come on.
these young eager
Boys,
fans.
it's the fight to make.
Look, this kid's in the chat.
Give me a
Like,
5-round.
guess what rumor I heard? I'm like, oh, the internet is ablaze with rumors.
Bro,
Fucking
it's the fight to make, dude. If O'Malley fights anyone but Sandhagen, it's bullshit. Let's get back to the old school UFC ranking days, bro. O'Malley versus Sandhagen's the fight.
I think so too.
They got away from it because the rankings are just fucking. They're like, what was that? Look, I know I'm a little bit older than probably half the people in here, but if anybody remembers that old Drew Carey show, Whose Line Is It Anyway, where he says everything's made up and the points don't matter. The UFC ranking system is fucking made up by the fucking media, and the points don't. I mean, it really at this point doesn't matter. You got 2s fighting 8s. It is what it is. I'm here for it. I don't care. They're the best matchmakers in the game for the reason. Shout out to
don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. We get the fight we want to see.
Texas boy Mick Maynard.
Oh yeah.
Who's not a matchmaker. That's the only guy I know that spent a decade and a half in the MMA industry talking about I'm not a matchmaker, and then actually ended up getting a job with the UFC as a matchmaker. So I think that was kind of ironic and funny.
That's wild. Yeah.
Line, isn't it? He said he's old. He knows. See, look, everything's made up and the points don't matter. It's the UFC ranking system. Shout out to everybody tuning in over on our Instagram. I know that's something new we're doing. We're getting some positive feedback and some positive results over there, so we appreciate that. The Sandman puts O'Malley to bed.
Oh,
he does.
Yeah, look, there's times where I'm diligent and I do a bunch of work, and I'm a good co-host. And there's times where I'm like, there's going to be other people here talking. I could just fade back and produce, and I don't have to co-host this week. So that's less work going in. So little trade show secret there.
Trust me, bro. Anomaly already knows. Like I told you at the beginning, dude. My favorite thing to do is just come on other people's shows, bro. I ain't gotta host it. I'm not running anything.
His favorite thing to do is send somebody a link after leaving them on red for 2 days, and then you get
that's old. That's old.
You get on the fucking stream, and it looks like a Wu-Tang concert. There's 36 motherfuckers on the screen, and every one of them has a mic.
Hey, dog.
It's all good. It's all good. Shout out to the real
bro.
ones
You just
the wall.
know. Sometimes the boys ask and they come, and you're like, "Fuck it, I already got 5 people on the show. Let's go. Let's do 6."
Yeah. See, he brings up a good point. Look, for people that don't understand how much MMA we actually consume, like, there's too much. Everybody on this channel is like, you guys don't cover enough Muay. Not everybody. People chime in, and we try and, hey, we're of the people. We're trying to build a community here. So people are like, oh, you guys don't cover Muay Thai. So we bring out probably one of the best guys on the East Coast, dare I say, one of the best in the country on the road to one, Gary Mack. We bring him on the show and cover Muay Thai. We do different things. I can't possibly cover everything. We don't cover PFL because I don't have the bandwidth for it. Like, we cover regionals. We tell you when your favorite regional fighter is getting ready to have a championship fight and whatever. We do that. We encourage people to watch regionals. I don't have the bandwidth to cover all this shit, let alone the skills or the resources of John Annett to be able to sit there and have the shit play in my head 6 times to hear me say it. I got to put it through Google Translate, and they're going to give me the best that they can. Speaking of the best that they can, live from Wyoming,
What's up, dog?
long hair, don't care with an 80s porn mustache, Tanner Canada.
The best in
Founder
the
of Fight-
biz, bro.
Founder of Fight Junkies MMA community. If you're not a member of Fight Junkies MMA community on Facebook, go join. 80,000 strong. Some of the best content.
Check it out.
Home of Checkmate Entertainment. Home of Fight Show.
What up, Tanner?
What's up, man? Good to see
What's up,
you.
brother?
Good to be
Good
back
to see
on.
you.
Been a few weeks.
Yeah, I was starting to be like, who's the fuck is this guy? But GL3, Tanner, got the Young Bucks in the house. I'll cover the old guy perspective tonight for in lieu of Mr. Bill Bookwalter.
Tanner, what's
Yes,
popping,
dog.
dude?
Nice to
I
have
was
you. Yeah,
about
nice
to
to
say,
meet you.
bro. Yeah, I've been watching you on the show for like 2 months now, dog. Glad to see you face to face, bro. Our computer. to
For
computer,
sure.
right?
You too. Yeah.
Shout out
Showtime.
to one of our day ones, Matt Lee. I just watched one championship on Prime Friday. It was a barn burner.
It really was. It really was.
I don't cover enough of it. That's why if you want Matt Lee, if you want some one championship action,
As Dogs
right over
MMA
here on
talk,
YouTube,
brother.
That's Dogs MMA talk. Make sure you put the A in there.
It's hard to
Aren't they
cover it
on at
all,
like
bro.
4 in the morning though?
It depends, dog. Sometimes sometimes they do shows in America, and then sometimes they do shows in Thailand. They'll do it on our time zone, but over there they're fighting at like 5 a.m. It's like once a
Yeah.
month they do that for Amazon because they owe Amazon that once a week or once a
The
month. fight.
the only way I'm watching one is if Gary Mack's fighting. I really don't. I can't do it.
Bro,
I
Price, I'm
can't.
telling you, it's some of the best. Dude, I've done watch-alongs for one. They've been some of the best times of my life, dude. Some of the best fights you'll ever see.
I
There's
understand.
certain names that I definitely will tune into, like Haggerty. And,
Haggerty,
Super, like,
have
I
to.
mean,
Yeah, no,
all-
don't get
all
me
the
wrong.
Muay
I
Thai
know,
guys for
I
sure,
know
but-
very well who Jonathan Haggerty. Like, I will go in and watch clips. I'll look up stuff. I'll watch individual. But for me to sit there, I told you the bandwidth, dog. For me to sit there and watch
It's a
one
lot,
event,
yeah. It's a lot.
I don't have another uninterrupted 7 hours to dedicate to another sport or another league.
Bro, it's hard, especially like in America, because we watch football, we watch baseball, we watch basketball, and we watch MMA. I watch
No, we don't.
boxing. I watch one
No, we don't.
championship.
No,
You
we
don't watch boxing?
I don't watch much boxing.
Price, you need to expand, brother.
No, I really don't because I watch more regionals than your average. Like,
Yeah,
look,
that's true
here's the
too.
deal.
That helps.
GL3's got all that shit on his wall. GF3 does, like, there's different type. Like, I watch regionals. I pay attention to the Fatima Kleins and the Jordan. And when I say regionals, I mean, like, I'm not just watching CFFC because they're doing a show 2 hours from the house. I'm not watching Ring of Combat or CES or all my little East Coast. I'll watch Fury in Texas. I'll watch Cage
Let's
Warriors.
go.
I'll watch, I want to watch the Paul Hughes and the Jordan Vucenics and the Harry Hardwicks and these guys coming up. So when they make it and they're on the prelims, the Lanier Kavanaughs before he makes it to Contender Series, like, I want to watch these guys. So that way, when I am sitting down to consume 7 hours of UFC or whatever the case may be, I'm not sitting there dumbfounded, especially when we have to talk about it. And that's part of what led me to it is paying attention to more regionals when we started doing the show, because these are the guys that we want to give the shine to. We want to give the shine, the guys that are coming up. Like, you got guys like Cody Russell and John Garbarino. The only thing separating them from some regional fighters that we've covered before that we've been on the show is they did the BKFC Philly card. So we're all about shine here. We're all about fighter first. We're all about positivity, much like your channel. I don't, again, shout out to everybody in Thailand that's fighting, but I'd rather support the guy from Virginia. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where my interest is at.
I get it. I'm just a fight fiend, brother. I'll watch UFC and I'll watch a one championship on my phone at the same time. Like I
can't
I
do
need
that because
it.
then what
That's
happens is
dedication.
this will get paused because
Price,
I'll miss something
Price.
over here.
Nah, bro. See, I don't give a fuck. I'll just catch it on the replay, dog. I'll have my laptop up, literally watching Benavidez fight on my phone, watching a fucking Muay Thai card in Thailand and the UFC at the same time. and do a fight companion, brother. I
see your
I need it
your
in my pain.
ADHD is different from my ADHD. Coupled with medical marijuana, bro. Like me, Tanner, and Bill did a 300 watch along. We did a live watch for 300.
Oh,
First of all, there's a delay. First of all, there's a delay.
So it's rough. It's rough. That part's rough.
Gets knocked out. Max Holloway gets knocked out. These fucks are 8 seconds ahead of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the official stream. So if anybody should be lagged, it should be fucking Mr. Stream East over here up in the corner. It should be him being lagged.
Stream East.
Crack Streams over there in the corner.
That just happened.
Mess Streams was always better.
Hey, Tanner's an OG. Tanner's an OG.
Yeah.
Bro, Price, that just happened.
Tanner Canada do not necessarily reflect the views of Fight Show or Checkmate Entertainment. We do not encourage the illegal streaming of UFC pay-per-views. Copyrighted works may be prosecuted. No. We're pirates.
Brother,
bitch.
I give you Russian link.
Brother, you said we sent GO3 for 2 weeks, for 2 months to Dagestan and forget about him. He'll come back a different fan.
But yeah, facts, bro. Price, that happened to me with Izzy too, bro. The Izzy knockout happened. I was 30 seconds behind the boys, and everybody was going crazy, and I was like, I guess I'll find out eventually.
I'm over here like this because I got like a 50-inch TV over here, like right off the office. So I'm over here.
Bro,
like
yes.
And I'm already running 2 monitors, and I'm never looking at the screen anyways because I'd rather produce, but I'm a shitty co-host in that wretch. So I'm over here like this, and on the watch back, you just see the side of my head. And Tanner's over here fucking flipping. I'm just fucking dumbfounded. It was great. Good time.
You know, like the funny thing about that one was like you just heard because it was the UFC 300, the Max Holloway KO. So you just heard each of us like, Bill, oh, that's 300K. And I'm like, that's 300K. And then Price is like, 300K.
Yeah, they're screaming. I'm not even paying attention to anything going on.
Hey, I forgot
you guys
about
go live for it?
Yeah, we did a live.
That was my first time. Yeah.
I can, and we can do them, and we want to do them, and people have wanted to come back, like people that have watched ours, guys, and I don't know specifically Matt Lee, but guys that have watched the show from the beginning are like, oh, we like having you guys on when we're, or popping in and out when we're doing the pay-per-views and shit. I can't physically pay attention to what I got. I'm locked in, bro.
It's a lot, bro. It's a lot.
You want me to sit here? I'll sit here. I'm just gonna stare at the fucking TV. I'm gonna be dumbfounded. I'm not paying attention to nothing. Tanner's got to pull up comment. I'm over here 20 minutes past the comment. It's not even pertinent to what we're talking about. Putting them up on screen because I'm not paying attention to fuck all but the pay-per-view. So, yeah, I can't do watch-alongs like that. Maybe if I could co-host. But even then, you're not getting much out of me because I'm just locked the fuck in, bro. So,
bro, you can ask the boys, bro. If the card's stacked, I will tell them straight up, I'm not doing a watch along with y'all. I want to enjoy this. Like, I want to sit at home and I want to like go out with some friends and enjoy this. But like some of the cards, you gotta do a watch along for because you know they're gonna be amazing. But it's just it's hard, bro. Like you said, Price. It's a motherfucker to deal with at the same time.
I get out in my studio, I think this is what we're gonna do. Once we get out in the studio, though. And I'm back out in my regular studio here come springtime. GL3 is close enough. I might get him to come for the weekend. And we'll set up in studio. And me and him will be in studio watching on the TV I have out there. And then I'll get Tanner to run it. We'll just get ripped up and watch the fights. And
you need Tanner in there with that smooth voice, man. Tanner got that smooth mic and that smooth voice, dog. You need Tanner in there.
Tanner's got the crispest mic.
Yeah, that boy sounds. When Tanner talks, I'm like, oh shit, like he's in. I'm like, oh,
DJ Young smooth.
DJ such and such.
Tanner got that Barry White voice, brother.
Yeah, Tanner's over here trying to get everybody else to do ad reads for the coffee for the podcast version of the show.
They get tired of Barry White eventually when that's all it is, dog. We gotta. We need some Bill Bookwalter in there. That's what we need.
That's a Bill Book, yeah.
What's up, man? I don't know who's Pete. You guys will have to like call your people out if you see them on the screen because we got a bunch of new names popping in. I recognize some of them. But not
Two
all
Wheels, what's up, dog?
2 Wheels.
That's
one of your homies.
Glad to see you in here, big dog.
Yeah, bro. We're just chilling. It's 25 minutes. We've covered headlines and current events.
Look what Sean said. Look what Sean said, bro. What's up, Moody? My brother, how are you?
Chris Jericho. A little bit. I don't know.
The walls, Derek.
No, what did
Tanner got the walls of Jericho.
Nah, bro. What did I say that one time? You're Ian McCall with long hair. Is that what I saw a picture of Ian McCall with long hair?
That's not bad.
Don't hate me because
Sterling,
I'm beautiful.
Google it right
No, I
now.
like you, dog.
Google Ian McCall right now and indulge
Tanner,
me.
Tanner, I was gonna tell you to dread that hair, son.
Dude,
You
Bill-
thinking about it?
If Bill was here, he'd say
I don't know.
Cannoneer wins by 3rd round TK. Uncle Creepy, yeah, it's Ian McCall with long hair.
Usually,
Rudy, what's
Oh,
up, big
that's hilarious.
dog?
there's a type of white guy that has dreads, and that's heroin users. So,
Hey, look, Kurt Cobain vibes over there, Tanner.
oh,
I mean, Tanner, you're
another bad example.
But not the ending. not the ending, Tanner.
you're making judgments about people, Tanner. We don't do that here.
Tanner, the peak of Nirvana, brother. Yeah, that type of Kirko.
I need to find this picture of Ian McCall with long hair because I'm not going to be justified until I put it up on the screen for everybody to see. And I can't find it now.
I need to
Yeah,
braid
he
my
looks
hair
Ian
again so I can
McCall-ish.
look like that.
He's also got like it was a little bit thinner. He's got like the broomstick, I guess, for wintertime. So his face stays a little warmer. It's a little thicker than it was. He had it thinner and it definitely looked like fucking Ian McCall. Had the hair pulled back one day. Yeah, looked like Uncle Creepy.
I looked. It looked like, now I can say like porn star, and I prefer that over pedophile. So,
He went from Ian McCall to John Holmes real quick.
yeah,
Yeah, bro.
I was trying to figure it out.
I'll be honest with you, boys. I don't know what Price has planned for us to talk about, but I don't think we've talked about any.
No, I mean, this is you got to get the initial. This is the first round where everybody's just feeling each other out.
No.
GL3.
I'm not hating.
GL3 can't get a word in edgewise.
Go ahead, G. Top G.
We can.
Or G-Lo, as his friends in the pit call him, Gio, PGH. Out Pittsburgh.
412.
Yins.
In the 412.
In the Yins.
Where are you at, G?
Pittsburgh.
Oh, Pittsburgh. Where are you, Tanner?
Pennsylvania.
I am in southeast Wyoming,
Oh, damn, you really are
out
from
in the
there.
Rockies. Yes.
Yeah,
That's why
popular
Tanner's
to
got that
contrary
voice,
belief, people.
dog.
Tanner Canada is not from Canada, unlike Joey Piper. Joey Piper, look, this is the best shit ever. And again, I have an acquaintance with Joe. Like Joey is an acquaintance of mine. I know Joe. We've been around regional shows together. Bill and Joe are homies. Bill ref Joe like fucking 3 or 4 times, right? So Joe Piper comes on the show and I introduced Tanner and and this was right after he knocked out. Like he knocked out Mark Andre Saturday. I think he did Ariel Helwani Monday and he was on our show on Thursday. And the first thing I says to Canada, he's like, "Sorry for knocking out your boy." And Tanner doesn't know it. Like Tanner's kind of like, "Huh?" And I'm like, "No, I was like, he's not Canadian, Joe." I was like, "He's American. He's from Wyoming." He goes, "Oh," and it took Joe. But he came on. I said, "Yeah, this is Tanner Canada." The first thing out of Joe Piper's mouth is, "Sorry for knocking out your boy, dog."
Yeah.
The popular contrary belief, Tanner Canada is in Wyoming, not in Canada.
I can see it though. He's got a little bit of that Canadian touch to him, but that's why he's got that voice, man. Tanner's living that slow life in Wyoming, dog.
The slow.
You're telling me, dude. Yeah, he's saying been to Cheyenne and Casper. It's a beautiful place. Yeah, there's some mountains out here. There ain't a whole lot of people. It's too cold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, he was a little upset. He was a little upset when he found out that the BKFC had already been to town, and he didn't know nothing about it.
Dude, that's
Yeah,
crazy because
man.
they used to only fight in Wyoming, bro.
Yeah.
I remember those days.
Yeah, but you were still
Only
what,
place to
Arkansas
a
then, weren't you,
sanction.
Tanner?
More than
You were in
likely. That's originally
Yeah.
where I'm from, actually. So
What they
But-
started out of Wyoming and then they just had shows out of there till they started getting big.
there's like a lot of stuff that like started out in
They were the
Wyoming
first.
because
They were the first state. Yeah, they were the first state that legalized them. They were like,
they had the
Yeah,
BKFC
wow.
events starting
Bro, it
out
was
in Wyoming,
amazing.
and that was in Cheyenne.
Oh.
And then there was like
Huh.
UFC 4. I think Tank Abbott fought in Casper at the Ford Event Center here way back in the days. So like, yeah, it's
damn.
kind of cool to see that Wyoming has some history in the beginnings of some of these organizations.
it's not like there's anything else that fucking ever
That's
went
cool.
on out there or anything like that. So
It,
it's good
there
to
really
know
isn't, dog. Like,
not-
try to find some good MMA gyms. Like,
Nothing. Yeah. No, there's not. Well, here's the deal. You're where we were at. Like we didn't legalize till 2009. So we're over here in like 2011, 2012, 2013. I didn't start training until 2013. So like we're over here from 9 to 12 as fans. Like all the Cali guys were the OG, like the Kevin Randlemans and all these guys that were doing the damn thing from out west were like the OGs. And now like I still forget that there's people out there that like it's not deep. Like I remember having to drive when I started training. You had to drive damn near an hour to get to any decent training that was a good gym. Now there's like 4 or 5 jiu-jitsu affiliations within like 30 minutes of me. Like it's definitely expanded.
And I mean, and that's more of where we're at. We have more like that, like more single things. We don't have a whole lot of like full on whole all incorporative MMA gyms unless you go to Casper, unless you go to the bigger cities, which there's not a whole lot of big cities around here. So but I mean, we have jiu-jitsu programs, boxing programs spread out, all kinds of things. And Sean Moody here is talking about the elk and the antelope out here. Yes, ask the hood of my car and the dent in it from the one that I hit here. So,
Tanner, it's not funny, bro. I out here with deer.
it is funny
same
now
way.
that I look back on it. Like it,
Yeah, deer's
during the
bad
day,
here,
he
too.
blended in.
Bro.
They're huge.
Bro,
Yeah,
we
I
hit
agree.
deers out here like they're fucking mosquitoes, brother. We fucking
Hey,
drop.
you guys also have the luxury of being able to like shoot feral hogs out of helicopters and shit. if you
Hey,
want to.
don't be telling
Yeah, if
everybody,
you want
bro.
to.
Everyone's already coming down here. Fuck, Texas is already fucking getting too populated.
Yeah, I know. So you know what? It's Joe Rogan's fault.
Bro, it's fucking 1000% Joe Rogan's fault, dog. But I'll be real with y'all. When he moved out here, I went and lived in Austin for 6 months, and like from the first month of me being there to the 6th month, holy fuck, dude. It turned into LA, bro. It was crazy, like the amount of impact that he had there. Like I'm getting the fuck back out of here. This is crazy.
No, I definitely want to go down there. Like I said, a good friend of ours, Nick Gonzalez. I want to go down there. He
Y'all
lives
should come down
in
here,
Austin.
man. We can go watch a Fury FC card or something, bro. We can go
Yeah,
out, watch
definitely.
some fights.
I've lived around a few parts of Texas, like in Beaumont and Victoria, Corpus Christi.
Oh, Tanner, I'm like an hour from Beaumont, dude.
Yeah, I've been around those
There's
parts.
nothing in
I
Beaumont.
always heard no, it's a shithole. But I always heard if
Shout
you
out-
want good breakfast
shout out everybody
tacos in
that lives
Austin, then go
Beaumont,
to
Texas,
San
that's probably
Antonio.
never going to watch the show
It's a
again.
shithole.
Well, to be
Shout out.
fair, I
It
worked,
It is,
I
bro.
worked an oil field job. They call it the armpit of Texas. It's hot,
It-
it's muggy, it's
The
not
chemical
fun.
plants are all out there, bro. It's nothing. There is nothing to do in Beaumont.
That's West Texas, right?
That's east.
Oh, that's
West
east.
Texas.
Mhm.
West Texas is just the desert and oil
It's
rig,
nothing.
brother.
Yeah, I have a
It's
boy that lives
fucking-
in. I have a boy that lives in outside Hobbs, New Mexico, but he's close. Like Hobbs is where he
My
goes.
brother works there. He works in the oil field. That's where he works at. Hobbs.
Yeah, he goes like if they're going to Walmart or doing a big trip, like a sit. Like
Oh,
a-
it's an
not a-
hour.
He's going to Hobbs.
It's an
Yeah.
hour.
Shit.
Yeah, he's going to Hobbs.
Bro, there's only 3 restaurants. It's like a Subway, a Mexican restaurant, and I think Whataburger. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's
So,
rough, bro.
Yeah, I got a gas
Different type of people out there,
station
dog.
about a minute down from the street from me. I like
yeah,
it that
I got
way.
a 7-Eleven. I'm in a 2-stoplight town in the middle. Like Bill's a little bit west of me. Bill's between me. Imagine if you imagine Philly on one side of PA and Pittsburgh on the other. Pittsburgh being next to Ohio, of course. GL3's out there. I'm in Central, literally 10 minutes from the Maryland border, so I'm South Central. And then Bill's about halfway between me and Philly, which is on the other side. So, yeah, we're all out here in PA. Tanner's just way the fuck out there. If this dude gets to go to like Vegas and train, and
Tanner,
he's
you-
close enough-
Tanner,
he's-
When
you
I have
train?
the money, dog. Yeah,
Tanner,
I'm
you
a
blue belt in
train?
3-stripe. 3-stripe blue belt in jiu-jitsu. Gracie jiu-jitsu.
Bro, no shit. Do you do events too?
Whenever I can. There ain't really much out here.
No,
We-
bro, that's what's up, dude.
We have like a couple competitions like once or twice a year, and like winter, that's
Yeah.
the thing. We don't really have a lot because you never know what the weather's gonna be like. Never know how the
Good
roads are
point.
gonna be.
Do you
Um,
do any MMA or boxing or Muay Thai or anything, or just jiu-jitsu?
I've trained some in it, like in Casper, but like I hate the drive and stuff up there. I just haven't really gotten into it yet. I don't know. I kind of started later, and I've already had some injuries that were pretty bad. So jiu-jitsu is kind of my thing right now. I
Tanner,
love
you're
it.
young,
Well,
dog. You look 24 years old, dog.
yeah, man. I've been training like a few years, and I'm already like a surgery in. So
Tanner,
Hey,
no,
welcome
don't
to
let
the-
him
welcome
fool
to the
you.
club.
Don't let him fool you. Tanner's damn
right,
near
I know I
30
got
years old.
probably plenty more to go.
Tanner's
What?
damn near 30 years old. Don't let him fool you. He's
Tanner, how old
up
are you,
there.
bro?
27.
Tanner, we're the same age.
Yeah.
We're not all G-Lo over here. We're not 20 years old no more, brother. We're
Hey,
damn near
30's the prime for
dying.
MMA anyways.
You know what fucking
Hey.
sucks when Bill's not here? I'm the old guy. God damn.
Nah, Price. Nah.
He just looked away like.
But you got the wisdom.
I haven't
You got the
trained in
wisdom.
I haven't done no training in 4 years between my back and the fucking knee injury and fucking herniated ruptured disc, motorcycle stuff. Like, I haven't trained, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
It's a motherfucking hard lifestyle, bro. That's why I do like I'll do an MMA fight, bro, and then 2 months down the road I'll be like, maybe I'll just do boxing this time or Muay Thai. We switch it up because that MMA training, bro, which is why I give these dudes all the respect in the world, and why like when Mike Davis comes on, why I'm so like respectful to these guys, because like the fact that they've made it that far and have 20 plus fights. Lazy, what the fuck's going down, son? My boy. But yeah,
he's
bro,
got like comment
hard.
Tourette's. As soon as you put a comment on there, people recognize it. Whole train of thought over here. He's like, fuck shit. No.
Bro, I've been trained.
Yeah, no,
now.
I love that.
Bro, I've been trained now, dog. At first, like, I'd go through 20 comments and I pull nothing up, and the boys would be like, "Hey, man, you gonna get to the comments?" I'm like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, that's
fucking
us to get behind.
Tanner, thank God Tanner's on the StreamYard team, because now me and Tanner have the problem, because this is what happens when you get help. Let me tell you. What happens when you get help is me and Tanner, like almost just happened, we both see the comment at the same time, and Tanner hits it on and I'll hit it off, or vice versa. And then we spend the next 15 seconds trying to correct each other's mistakes, and I'm like, all right, stop clicking.
Bro, me and the boys do the same thing on the Fight Week show, dog. We do the exact same thing. Or like you'll already be past a comment you didn't want to pull up, and the boys would be like, "Oh, Sterling, I noticed you didn't pull this up." And then you're like, "Motherfucker."
Yeah, I didn't really want to put that up on the screen. So,
Yeah, dog. But hey, when Lazy's here and Trigger and the boys are here, I appreciate y'all hopping over to Checkmate MMA, boys. Shout out Tanner, shout out GL, and of course the boy Price and Big Bill.
Appreciate that. Yeah,
Yes,
man.
appreciate it. Love doing it. Glad
Tanner,
to be back. It's been a while.
Yeah, man.
You caught up with
Tanner,
some
you want to
scheduling
take
issues.
You want to take a quick little pay some bills here and tell them about. You do a really good job telling about the coffee, and you got that crispy ass mic.
Come on, dog. Put that Barry White shit on him, Tanner.
Can you cut a coffee?
We got specialty grade, fair trade, organic, roasted to order, premium coffee delivered right to your doorstep in 6 flavors. Get
Hit 'em
you
with the
some.
flavors.
6
Yeah, we got, oh man, championship grounds. We got fight show fuel,
Let's go.
cinnamon stare down.
Let's go.
Look,
Oh,
Matt
what
Lee,
is it?
Matt Lee's
Double
on his
barrel
crackhead shit. Let me
takedown.
tell you a secret, because Matt Lee's not only a day one. Matt Lee, if he's still in here, he'll tell you about it. He is a Checkmate Specialty Roasters. Day one, as soon as we launched the coffee, Matt Lee had a bag. Matt Lee said his favorite thing to do is to mix the bourbon age, which is called single barrel takedown. It's aged in bourbon barrels for 30 days before it's roasted. And then you take it, you mix it with the cinnamon bun, and he's on his crackhead shit. He said that is the best tasting coffee. And Matt Lee's a dark coffee kind of guy, and he's got 2 mediums with the cinnamon bun. You know, a little feminine flavor. Like the ladies love the cinnamon bun. It's one of our top sellers. But when you mix it with the bourbon, apparently it creates a flavor explosion in your mouth. And I'm not talking like a bad Diddy flavor explosion. I'm talking like a good flavor explosion.
Go
The
ahead.
proof is in the beans, man. Just
clear
get
that
you
up, brother.
some of the other stuff on the get you even some Starbucks, a bag of Starbucks off the counter at the grocery store, and try them side by side and see what you think. I mean, it's no denying it. It's good stuff.
I'm trying to get S-Dog to do some user generated content, order a bag of this coffee, and go ahead and cut a little promo for us, because the boy likes talking to the microphone.
Hey, I got you, dog.
We'll have to hook him up with a bag. But no, Checkmate Specialty Roasters, tinyurl.com/Checkmate Roasters. We've rambled on about it enough. Use the code Checkmate, CHKM8, for free shipping. Actually, the Christmas drop's still up. People were raving about that candy cane. I didn't even hit them up to take it down yet, so we probably should do that. We might just leave it the fuck up and say fuck it. I guess we've ran 40 minutes, guys. What do you think? We should hit this
Shit.
This
UFC
card this weekend, that's definitely happening.
We have a UFC card coming up this weekend, guys.
We did find out too what was going down with the Apex in the expansion. I know we've been chit chatting about that, and finally
Go
there.
ahead. You can
I believe what
fill
was
them in
it?
on that.
1,000 seats they're adding up to 1,000 capacity, and they're doing it while they're using it. So, and I believe they're adding amenities to it and whatnot. So, seems like they're going to have their own little arena for those UFC Vegas fight nights. And I said it before, it makes sense. I mean,
yeah.
Hopefully, prices
Well,
might be a little cheaper.
Look at what they're using it for. So, and again, it's caveat to the Apex. I don't know how it is on your channel, and I don't want to any of our new friends. Nah, people bitch about the Apex.
Bro, my bad. Look at
the Apex has a place, and people don't want to have it's like fighter pay. People want to have a conversation about fighter pay, but don't want to have the whole conversation. The whole conversation about the Apex is the majority of your people are coming in through Contender Series. Where do they film Contender Series? Why not give these guys that you're getting ready to dump into a 15, 16,000 seat arena, you're getting ready to put pressure on them and open the show, put them in somewhere like the Apex, do Fight Pass Invitational, do Street League skateboarding, use it for the UFC and Zuffa. It makes sense for them with all the properties they own, all the properties that Dana White owns and runs. It makes sense for them to have several thousand seat arena. I hope they do more than 1,000.
Tanner, you see that comment?
Yes.
Which one?
Pull up what Lazy said, bro. I'm sorry, boys. I keep laughing. I just keep looking.
Coming at you live.
Look, we said it earlier, dog.
Hey,
Lazy
that's my day job. Still cell phones
Tanner,
during the day,
Tanner,
coffee in my free time.
I'm gonna say I need you to do an intro for me, bro. Let me just get you on the mic, tell people to like and subscribe.
The only thing would be better if you could do a Spanish, like a little bit of a Spanish accent, like the dude from the Dos Equis commercial. Hit him with the Dos Equis. Oh yeah, bro. No.
Or Modelo.
The Apex. Look, the Apex has a place. The Apex has a place. Yes, I think if you put a few more people in it, and you stack the fight nights up, and if you think about it, anybody that's followed Bellator or paid attention to Bellator, the fight nights at the Apex are pretty much Bellator's model now. You put 4 to 6 guys up top that are going to draw the TV viewers in, and again, you're drawing everybody with that, but you're putting a big draw at the top, and then you're giving all these younger guys that came in off Contender Series or came in through Tough or came in through this stuff the chance to. Tanner Canada was not happy with that, so he left. But I digress. There is a place for the Apex. It's not a bad thing. It's like the word gatekeeper and casual.
But
dude, I like the idea if they
go ahead.
Carry on. Go ahead.
I like the idea if they just do the expansion on the Apex, bring a bunch of these influencers in. So all these smaller media guys or all these guys that do social media, and just have them essentially cover it. And it would not really cost that much for the UFC to bring these guys in, and it would get this word just out there, give other people content, and
free
media. Be a cool idea.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea. I like with the word that's been going around with the influencers and people bitching about it. I don't really care if MMA junkie, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather watch because videos of somebody I already pay attention to, and again, I'm on the older end of this, so you're really looking at guys GL3's age, you know what I'm saying? Guys, Tanner and S, you're looking at this demo 20 to 30. I don't pay attention to a lot of football, but I fuck with busting with the boys. I pay attention to some of the space, right? I'd rather I'm gonna watch Taylor Lewan videos if Taylor Lewan is at fucking the UFC. I'm gonna watch I might not watch Nelk, I might not watch some of these other guys that he does stuff with, but I'm down with it. I'm down for the behind the scenes. I'm down for the exclusivity it brings. I'm down whatever.
Well, it's such an important aspect of it now. I mean, it can be frustrating too for some of these older guys that are not used to all this social media or don't want to do so much of a social media. We let some of our guys know all you got to do is hit that review and accept on the collaboration with the reels, yeah, but crowds are back, and I just think eventually every fighter, if they're going to continue to win, is going to continue to have to fight in front of crowds. So I think it's a move in the right direction. I don't see any other reason.
Matt Lee says make it look more like Karate Combat without the pit.
That's a good idea. I mean, I don't mind that.
I think
that's what Joe Rogan says.
I've been to smaller shows where it was in an area where I guess it was like a big dance floor, like an open area, but there was like 6 steps down from the bar. I've been to shows where the cage is like 6 or 8
Same.
steps down. Bro, those are some of the best.
Those are the
Those
best.
are
It feels
creative
like
now,
Fight Club.
dude.
Like the,
Bro,
yeah,
it feels,
those are some
yes,
of the
it feels
best
amazing.
venues, bro. Yeah.
Bro, my second fight was at an Escapade. It's a dance hall out here in Spring, Texas. Brother, it was ghetto. It was bring your own chair, basically. Motherfuckers were in there with fucking Dollar General pull-out chairs. You know what I'm saying? That was my second fight, dog. We had the speaker was a JBL. Somebody had a fucking JBL speaker, and they connected it to their Bluetooth. That was your walkout song. But good card, and it was a pretty good night overall.
That's awesome.
Bring your own chairs. That's I don't know why
It was-
that tickles me.
Bro, it was crazy.
Right before we did, and I don't know how to explain it to where it makes sense or even correlates, but like we did the last, so before pro MMA got legalized in New York, the promotion I ran for a little while, we did the last, because we were concentrating on the amateurs. We did the last sanction because we were using a third-party body because they wouldn't sanction us. We were using a third-party body. There was no sanctioning to be had because there was no commission. We were the last show right before they legalized in New York. And you want to talk about Wild West, bro. You want to talk about seeing things that you can't unsee as far as like the way people train, setups, the way I got a cage. Let's go set up in this empty warehouse. And like I've seen shit up there. So I fully understand like sometimes that's the landscape. But I also feel like if we don't get into this card, we're just we could do this for like 6 hours, like with nothing.
Gonna keep rambling.
Hey, this is a show not only powered by Checkmate Specialty Roasters, but also by ADHD and a bit of autism. Julia Avila, women's bantamweight, number 12. Julia Avila, number 13. Jacqueline.
Imagine if I just added steroids to the mix.
Cavalcante. I know you'd be a black belt. I mean, I think that's what makes you a purple belt. I think the last thing is you
Just gotta find a trend dealer, dog.
to
I'm
mix
on it.
with your autism, and I think that's what actually is like the last. Like you can get all the stripes in the world, but if you don't have steroids and autism, I don't think you're making it to purple belt, unless you're
Definitely not in
Unless you have-
ADCC.
unless you have all the autism like Mikey Musumeci, and then you don't.
I was just about to say, Price. I was just about to say, shout out Mikey Musumeci.
It's the levels of autism to steroids. If you have one,
Yes.
you don't need so much of the other.
I don't think I have enough autism to get to not need the steroids. I think
Or
I've
going
spent
in-
a solid year. I spent a solid year doing content with you, Tanner. You and I both have autism. It's all right. Avila versus Cavalcante. Tanner, who do you have once you're done puffing on your vape and laughing?
Cavalcante, I'm gonna pick Cavalcante. I mean, I'm not really expecting anything exciting for this one. I expect it to go to decision. Maybe Cavalcante can find a way to pick apart KO TKO, but I don't know.
GL3.
It's definitely going to decision. I would love to know the number of women's fights in this past year, including this year so far, that has gone to decision.
Do you want to know the odds? It's not a gambling show. Do you want to know the odds?
Not a gambling show.
Avila's plus 455. This is the first card of the prelims. This is the odds we're getting. Plus 455 for Avila, minus 625 for Cavalcante. Sterling, who do you got?
Fair. I know at
Holy.
least one of these ladies has more finishes. I think both these ladies have more finishes than they do decisions.
Again, I'm
Which is
in
very
co-host
rare.
media mode this week. I did not do a deep dive
Cavalcante
on
as
this
well. I
entire
don't
card
know.
at all. So I'm leaving
Yeah.
it to you gentlemen.
This is just the card opener. No high expectations.
I'm with the
GL3,
boys
are you
there.
having a stroke
Cavalcante.
down there in the bottom, bro? Or what are you doing? Are you just kind of
What's that?
Are you having a stroke? Are you all right? What are you?
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Just checking. You're all craned out over here. I didn't know what was going on.
Moving on to the next one,
Yeah,
Walter
you know what?
Walker and
You
Deontay
can do this.
Mays.
Good
I
fight.
mean, either way,
Dontale, Dontail.
Dontel Mays.
Dontail Mays.
Dontail.
Okay,
There we go.
Yeah.
Lord Kong, if you will.
Lord Kong.
That's the name.
I'm going with
No,
him
no,
just 'cause
I
his
get it,
name's
I
Lord
get it.
Kong.
No, I get
Oh.
it. It's just the way you
No,
said it.
That's actually his nickname. For those of you that are paying attention or
Yeah,
the audio
yeah.
version of this, that's actually his
Yeah.
nickname. We don't have the screen.
Yeah.
nonetheless, back and forth, up and down, nothing special with this guy. Walter Walker is 12-1, and yeah, I mean, he loves to exploit weaknesses, and I just think there's going to be a little bit of a skill discrepancy. The heavyweight division in the UFC is in a not good division, so I don't really ever expect too much exciting things from. I'm glad that they put this one on the undercard instead of just slapped it in the middle of the main card that no one asked for. So, Walter
They
Walker
do that. They do that. all the time.
decision TKO.
UFC heavyweight division down to 50. That's another current event we did not officially on the roster right now. There's only 50 heavyweights in the UFC.
Hey, at least both these
Wow.
guys are in the bottom half.
No,
Or in
Dante
the top half.
Dante May is number 15. I don't know where Johnny Walker's big little brother stands. I don't know where he's at, stacks up in the division.
Neither of them are ranked within the top 15. So
Dante Mays he's number
I thought
15.
oh, that's right. Oh, gosh. Once again, a UFC heavyweight division.
Once again, autism strikes again. Vince Morales, Elijah Smith. Tanner, thoughts?
Elijah Smith, fresh off the Contender Series win. Aaron Tao, I believe it was, that he beat. Got quite the upset on that one. Vince Morales is 16-8 from America, fighting out of Syndicate. So he's coming out of a good camp. Lost his UFC debut. Man, I don't know, man. It's kind of hard because we've seen some guys coming out of Contender Series that were super high on, and they get the guy with a little bit of experience that doesn't even have to be the best experience per se, but it definitely pays dividends. So, man, I could see. I'm not entirely sure how it's going to go. I could definitely see Elijah Smith pulling this one out, though. I think this one's actually going to be a really good fight. I think this will be the one where I start really making sure that I'm locked in.
GL3?
Yeah.
What do you got?
Yeah, I think this one's going to be a good one. I like Elijah Smith. I think he's going to keep riding with the upset victory he had in the Contender Series. Morales, I haven't seen much of, so I think that's why I'm more heavy leaning with Elijah Smith. And yeah, I'm going with him.
I'm gonna go with Elijah
That's
Smith
Dogs
as well,
MMA
bro.
talk. What do you got, Mr. Sterling?
I'm gonna go with Elijah Smith as well, bro, as well as Dante Mays from
we
the last
missed
fight
you.
as well, brother. I think we're gonna get two pretty fun fights here, boys. I think Tanner makes a good point though about that Dana White Contender Series, as we saw with Cody Steele last weekend with Raju go through an absolute war. And honestly, a lot of these Dana White Contender Series boys are getting some tough ass fights for their debuts, but sink or swim, brother, sink or swim.
Yeah. They do come in hot, and they just get fed just the wolves, it feels like.
Oh, bro,
I think,
Dana's
well, here's the deal.
playing.
I think you're also seeing. Here's the difference.
lazy.
Here's the thing, guys.
Here's the thing, guys. I'm just gonna jab him and teep kick him all night, and we're gonna see how it works out. No, you're seeing guys come in at like 6-0 now, 7-0. You never,
Yeah.
like you're seeing guys pop on the regional, have a crazy KO, get on the radar, come in because they need to keep feeding the fucking beast here. So, maybe they should do a whole entire heavyweight tough, and we should do a whole season of.
I
tough
thought that
heavyweights
about
because
flyweight.
Wouldn't be
again,
mad.
How they
Wouldn't
did
be
it
mad
back
at
in the
that.
day.
We've got 50 guys, and it doesn't. Again, shout out to the homie Pat Brady. He starches the top 85% of the UFC heavyweight division right now if he got the call. And that's no disrespect to the 50 guys that are signed at the peak, to the peak promotion in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like that's no fault to those guys, but they did something. They gotta do something because that is not. There's no depth there at all. But shout out to a flash in the pan heavyweight. If you're a heavyweight and you're making moves on the regional scene, now's your chance to get in and possibly shoot to the top of the fucking rankings here because heavyweight's not
Also,
deep at all.
The going back to the point of like the guys off the Contender Series get fed to the wolves. This fighter is not off the Contender Series. He's off Tough. He actually won Tough twice. Bracketona, he just got announced for UFC 315 against the guy that took Umar all the way to decision and almost upset Umar Nurmagomedov. And I feel like he just gets hard fights. He's fought Marab. Yes, he always goes to decision, but like he just gets tough fights. I feel like I don't know why. It just seems like they don't like him or like they're feeding him to these guys. But it's just the UFC, man. They're all tough fights, no matter where you turn.
No,
And it's a good point there by Lazy too, with Elijah Smith being a second generation UFC fighter, boys. Like that's kind of fucking dope too. That we're seeing like
That
second
is really
generation
neat.
fighters come through.
That is really neat.
I mean,
That's cool.
the sport itself, again, it's one of these things where you start getting on the conversation and then you have to talk on it for 20 minutes because the sport is not. Like I said, I've been watching UFC 6. There was a video at Blockbuster. Some of you might not remember Blockbuster, but there was a video at Blockbuster.
Oh,
one of the
bro,
local
I remember
shops
those days.
of UFC 6. So that was probably around the time UFC 7 or UFC 8 was out, right? They weren't doing monthly shows then. I've been watching since UFC 6. The sport's completely different. The athletes are completely different. You're seeing 22-year-old kids that have literally trained in MMA since they were old enough to start training MMA, and they're training MMA. Or you're seeing these kids that are, you got a path for wrestlers now, especially females, like the female wrestling's blowing up here. So like, it's going to get real. You're seeing it, and we're in the middle of it. But like, the eras are going to get shorter, and maybe sometimes they're going to get longer depending on the weight class. But like, you're going to have changing of the guards. You're going to have young, hungry lions coming up against long in the tooth gatekeepers more often than not. I think you're going to start seeing some turnover. You're going to see guys in 3, 5, 7 fights, and then you don't see them, and then maybe you see them for 2 or 3 fights. They get bounced back like a Brandon Moreno. They get, they go and do a regional trip, or they go and do another promotion. Not that there's many left. And then you see them coming back. So like the game, this isn't your daddy's UFC for all you young 24-year-old GL3 no, it's a different game, and you're watching it. You're watching just like you're watching fucking turmoil in probably 4 or 5 divisions now. And this is when it gets really exciting. It's almost like you can't keep up with shuffling and moving around and who's fighting this guy and what's popping up, and this guy's going to go up and that guy's. It's exciting. The rest of the year is going to be exciting, boys. And that's for damn
And too,
sure.
I feel like this is just a random question, but there's a shift in like wrestling as well as like look at light heavyweight from back in the day. John Jones, Daniel Cormier, Ryan Bader, all these wrestling based guys. Now you're looking at anymore. Alex Pereira, even Yuri, Anikolev, Rakic. Like they're not really wrestling based dudes. Why do you think there's that switch? Because
John
is that
Jones
Dana
was the
not
champion and left the
not wanting
division.
them out?
I think it's more like they want to be exciting too, bro. You gotta think about that, GL. Like them old days of watching guys fucking grapple for 3 rounds just isn't entertaining to these fans no more. To us or to guys like me that like enjoy it, I don't mind it, bro. I really don't. Even people that hate on Sean Strickland, bro, I respect that he can fight like this with 4-ounce gloves against absolute murderers that put people to sleep. They can't knock him out. So
my theory.
Go ahead.
Sorry,
James.
go ahead. No, go ahead. My theory: USADA, because we saw a shift. We saw a shift in. I mean, being dead honest, we saw a shift in
Canada. Also, the only person in history that calls it USADA.
Yeah, I was like, it took me a second.
For those of you that are confused, Tanner means USADA.
USADA, whichever it is. We saw a shift.
Yeah, Arkansas
like,
guys,
honestly,
give him a little bit of leeway. Sorry.
We saw a shift in the the physicality of these guys, though. Like, look at the shape of like how
Hendricks.
You think of Frank Mir, you think of Brock Lesnar, you think of like
Hendricks,
these big yoke. Yeah, John Hendricks.
Bring
like
back
you think of these,
bring back TRT Tour. That's all I.
These yoked out guys, and like we don't see that anymore. I mean, look at the heavyweight division in the UFC nowadays. Like these guys are not in the shape that they used to be. So I think
to be 185.
That's my theory.
To my point, you're not. Frank Mir was fighting MMA and then bouncing out at the Peppermint Rhino or the Spearmint Rhino or whatever the fuck it is out there on the weekends. Like these guys are high performing high
Yeah.
functioning
This is-
athletes now.
this is
These
all
aren't
they
And I'm
do
not
now.
saying it
Right,
was
fighters.
completely roids. It could have been certain. I mean, there's DHEA
Yeah.
is a banned substance under USADA now. So I mean,
Yeah,
like it
bro.
could have been other
It
things. I'm just
could have been
saying,
a lot
like
of things.
that.
Peptides
think
could have been
the
it
banned
could have been a lot
stuff.
of things.
And
Exactly.
to Price's point too, bro. Like these guys do this shit full time now, and there's so much knowledge out in the game. I mean, the way they cut weight now, bro. The nutritionists they have, bro. Think about this for a second, boys. Diego Sanchez was a 185-pound champion. The fuck out of here nowadays with that shit, bro. Like it's the way the nutrition, those sport has evolved, and how the fighters are. It's just a different
Recovery.
game.
Look, recovery, sports
Recovery.
medicine in general.
We got 6 foot flyweights now. Like these guys
Bro,
are.
great point. No, great point. Like Jalen Turner fights at 155. Like the fuck is that?
Yeah,
You know,
Jalen
like
Turner
these
blows
monsters.
my mind every time.
People are still running their
Shavkat.
mouths about being weight bullies. This is probably one of the safest times in the history of in 30 years of the sport, in wrestling, in everything that does it, in all of martial arts, and whatever sport that you compete in that cuts weight. This is probably one of the safest times to do it. So if you're a guy like Dricus Duplessis that should be fighting at Dricus Duplessis fights at 185, for those of you that don't know, because there's no place for him to walk around at 235. He'd get demolished. So he cuts to 185. Islam Makhachev.
Like Alex
cuts to
Pierre said,
155.
too small.
Too small,
I mean,
bro.
you
And
gotta
also,
think, I
real
mean,
quick,
it all
shout out
depends
that
on
boy
frame
Andrew. I see you in the chat, brother. My bad, Trent. My bad, Tanner.
No, you're good.
Go ahead, Tanner.
I was just saying it depends on frames and stuff like that too now. Like there's a certain like category basically for body profile for each weight class
frames,
now. And
it's lifestyle, it's tiramisu sometimes.
you got to keep
that's
up
the
with it
difference.
though. Like, you know, you can't be like, oh, I'm just gonna be honest and like hope it'll
Yes,
work.
bro.
Like, no, like you got to
Dominic
realize
Cruz.
like I got to cut.
Yeah, bro. Like Dominic Cruz. Dominic was having a fight at 145 before they even had his lower weight divisions in WEC and have to compete against fucking monsters, bro. And he's 5'5". You know what I'm saying? Walks around at 155.
Mighty
So it's
Mouse
just
having to fight Dominic Cruz
Mi-
before the lower weight class. Yeah.
Mighty Mouse, bro. Good. Like
Yeah.
it's just insane. Davison Figueiredo, like what the fuck is he doing at 125? Like it's crazy now, man. How the sports
With that
evolved.
being said, and we talk about
Andrew.
look at the mindset now. You got guys that are coming in that don't have quite the muscle mass that are able to compete 2 weight classes down. They'll do that for 2 or 3, 4 fights. You know what I'm saying? If you come in with a smart game plan and you have the skills to back it up, like you're going to see more guys that are able to pop up and down for belts and shit like that, because it ain't no thing for a guy to do a run at 55, come in strong, do a run at 55, turn around, pop in a la Max Holloway where you're relevant in 2 divisions like he was earlier last year, make a run at 170. Like, I think you're going to see more of it. I personally, I don't agree with like Sean O'Malley defending the title one time and trying to step up. I'm not really sold on Ilya moving right now. Alex Pereira move, that was right.
I think we can all agree on that.
Was right. Like it's something that's a case by case basis. But I'm excited about it. It mixes it up. When it starts to get stale, it mixes it up. Do we need it right now? No, we don't need it right now. We have so much going on in so many divisions just in the UFC. Tanner, what's the next fight? Because we did it again.
Chaos. Williams. Let's go.
And Gabriel Bonfim.
This is fight of the night, boys.
Come on.
This is fight of the night, boys.
I'm pulling
It's
chaos.
gonna be great. Both guys have power in their hands. Gabriel Bonfim is a submission specialist. Chaos Williams has a couple of submissions and has never been subbed, so it shows that he has proficiency in the grappling area. When we've watched Chaos, he has plenty of experience. Gabriel is a little new compared to him. So this, fight of the night, toss up. Like, it's really hard for me to pick. I think if Chaos Williams can create space, not even necessarily create space, but just keep Gabriel off of him. I think if he can keep that space to load up his shots, then he could definitely put him out. But got to keep Gabriel off you. He's going to try to close that distance.
100%, bro.
Gabriel
you laid that out
Bonfim's-
pretty good, Tanner.
Gabriel Bonfim 16-1. The only loss was a magnificent KO to Nicholas Dalby back at the end of 2023, if you remember correctly. Everybody was talking about
Great
that
fight.
shit to Nick Dalby was a good fight. 16-1. Bonfim's been around the block a little bit. Still fairly new to the UFC, fan base. 3
Chaos
wins by
Williams, I'm
knockout,
pretty
12
sure-
wins by submission, 8 first-round finishes out of 17 fights. So
Pretty sure
were you
80%
saying,
takedown defense for Chaos Williams though. And yeah, I mean, if he can keep the fight just at a standing pace, I'm not saying he's gonna be able to win by points, but Chaos Williams is just a bolter. I love watching him fight.
I was just about to say that, G. You don't really see Chaos coming in there to fight for points either, dog. It's a street fight.
No.
It's a straight up street fight, bro. When you see him fight, and like Tanner was saying about Bonfim, dude's a gamer, bro. This is a really hard fight to pick, boys. Like I wouldn't put no money on this. I would sit back and enjoy. But me personally, I like Chaos Williams a lot, man. So I hope he gets this done.
Next
Yeah,
one.
I could see that with you talking about the takedown defense. That is all my time. Actually, I have to go teach kids how to fight other kids.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Tanner's got kids class.
Yeah.
What are you're teaching jujitsu?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Hey, teach them kids how
Trying
to
to
put them omoplatas in, dog.
Trying to teach them how to choke one kid at a time.
Bro,
Tanner
that's what's
shows
up,
them how to
man.
wrist lock when nobody's around. Tanner shows little kids how to wrist lock other little kids when nobody's looking.
Wrist locks and heel hooks are on the lesson plan all day whenever professor got out of the gym. I'm
Tanner,
raising
you're the man,
champions,
dude.
okay?
Nah, dude, you're the man, Tanner. I'd like to get you on the show, dude, if you're ever free sometime, bro.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have to just schedule it, and yeah, we'll get it lined up. So
Shit, dog. Shoot me a follow, brother. I'll follow you back before you get out of here.
for sure, dog. I'll get on there. I'll catch
Peace.
you guys later. Till next time.
Be safe,
Tanner,
dog.
nice officially meeting you, brother.
For sure.
See you, man.
Go put them heel hooks in, brother.
Heel hooks. Heel hook and white belts. Jared Gordon. Oh, we skipped Rafael.
Aguilar.
Yeah, Rafael Estevam versus Jesus Aguilar.
Jesus.
Estevam minus 500.
Yeah, he's a dog.
Yeah. Aguilar
He's a
plus
fucking
380.
dog.
This is-
I'm
Jesus
going
Aguilar
back
looks like a
again.
stock photo. If you put in AI dark-haired Mexican fighter, ChatGPT or whatever, Midjourney would spit out a picture of Jesus Aguilar. It looks like a stock AI Mexican fighter. What do you got on this? GL3?
So, remember when this is going to kind of tie back into the last one too. Do you remember when Gabriel Bonfim just first kind of got in the UFC? They had him kind of steamrolling everybody until he got knocked out by Nicholas Dalby. That is what this fight reminds me of. I feel like Jesus is about to get steamrolled, and this is my fight prediction: is it ends early, round 1.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, the guy got subbed by Tyara, but 3 out of his last 4 have been wins. So I apologize to Mr. Stock AI Mexican fighter, but won 3 out of his last 4. What do you got, Sterling?
I'm gonna go with Jesus as well. I think this is gonna be a scrap, boys, and it's probably gonna be a first or second round finish, dude. I think these boys are gonna come out slinging leather, man.
On to the next one. Jared Gordon, friend of the show, Jared Gordon, former guest on here. Homie.
Gotta roll
Good
with him.
dude. All around good dude. Gotta roll with him. Against Mazribjan. I'm gonna try and I'm gonna do
Go
my
ahead,
best.
dog.
Mazribjan Ruzabayev.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good,
Ruzabayev.
dude.
There you go.
That's pretty good,
I
actually.
like that.
Ruzabayev, yeah. What do you got, GL3?
We got to rock with Gordon. You know, maybe he could teach this young dude a lesson. I want to say he's young, isn't it? How old is this? Ruzabayev.
I don't even know his record. I just know. They don't have.
He's the
it's not
younger brother, right?
updated. I believe so. Yeah. Let me pull him up on Tapo real quick because they don't even have his records. Bill Bookwalter would be highly upset because it's the black screen. There's
What, they
no
don't got his picture?
Yeah, they don't have his picture. That's one of Bill Bookwalter's pet peeves for the
peeves.
multi.
Hey, that's like
$1
what Mike Davis said about Sadiq Yusuf. He didn't even know what he looked like till he stepped in the octagon.
Facts, bro. Facts.
Bro, there's nothing for this dude on Tapology at all.
Interesting.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna have to go to another resource here. See what we come up with. Here we go. Oh shit. Sorry. I spelled his name wrong. Guys, 24-1
Mhm.
for a record,
Oh,
not his
shit.
age.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Current MMA streak. His nickname's Black Junior. Just a color. Current MMA streak 7 wins, 20-4. Fighting out, of course, Uzbekistan. 12 wins by KO, 5 wins by submission, 3 wins by decision.
Well, maybe he
the
can
guy
pull out
just
the
appeared-
upset victory here because
He
he,
appeared in
in my
Uzbekistan
opinion,
the one day and just started tapping motherfuckers and knocking them out. I'm gonna go.
Hopefully
I'm gonna go
the
Jared
upset
Gordon
here.
just because he's a friend of the show. But I'm
yeah,
gonna vote
I
with
thought
my
he
heart,
beat
not our
Patty.
heads this time. Yeah, I think he beat Patty too. A lot of people. I think Patty thought he beat Patty. Angela Hill, Caitlin Souza. Angela Hill still ranked number 13 in the strawweight division.
You know,
Minus 110 across the board.
Price, you know how you always talk about, like, you know, the guys that people look as journeymen that stay among the middle of the package? Angela Hill.
Angela Hill is a journey woman.
She's a dog.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, but she
Nothing
always
wrong with
puts on
sometimes-
great fights. She always puts on great fights, boys. She comes out there with that Muay Thai style, dude. You know she's never gonna give up. I mean, that fight against Mackenzie Dern, that was one of the best women fights I've ever seen, dude. Angela Hill comes out, bro. She's gonna fucking bring it. I'm gonna have her in this next fight, and I'm gonna go with your boy Jared Gordon for that last fight, man. But what's up, Austin Berries? It's all good, dog. It's all good, dog. But what's popping, brother? Glad to have you in here, big dog.
What's up? I remember that name.
What up?
Oh, what do we got? Connor Matthews,
Bosnian?
Jose Delgado.
I'm going Connor Matthews all day, dude.
No odds for this one.
I'm gonna go Connor Matthews all day. I like his style.
GL3.
He come off the Contender Series?
I don't know, to be honest with you, bro. If I wasn't this year, I don't think so. If so,
Let me. You know what? Again, so much bandwidth. Forgive me for not being 100%.
Yeah, this one I don't know nothing about.
So many fighters. I dare you to not. Look, I'm getting ready to do an anecdote, and I'm gonna start. I got notes already. I'm gonna start making up fighter cards for these fucking dudes because I just can't do this no more. I ain't got time to be jaming it up over here, clicking and loading screens. I ain't got time for all that shit.
Yeah, bro, it's hard.
Pro record 7-2, fighting out of Fall River, Massachusetts. New part of the New England cartel with Calvin Cater. Yes, Contender Series 1-1 on the Contender Series. He had 2 Contender Series. Left hook to hammer fist against Dennis Bazooka. If I said that wrong, I really don't care. No, sorry, that was their Contender Series. No, why does it say 1-1 on Contender Series? Oh, yes, sorry. Decision loss to Francis Marshall back in 22 and a decision win in 2023. He was on Contender Series twice. So, yeah.
Francis Marshall's fucking good, too.
Yeah, so coming out of a good gym. Connor Matthews, I think SDAWG said that's who he's going with.
I'm going with him, man. He's a dog.
Not have an in-depth.
All
what
right.
I will tell you is this is my dark horse fight of the night. SDAWG, Sterling said it earlier. This is my, I think, dark horse fight of the night. I think it's going to be a good one, boys. And if you don't like grappling, I don't know if you should watch this fight. But when I mean good fight, I think you're going to see some grappling with purpose. If it does go to the ground, it's going to be exciting and it's going to be action-packed. And all of you people that don't understand what's going on, which is really, honestly, come on, let's be honest, why you fucking hate it when they go to the ground, because you don't understand it. Rodolfo Vieira, Andre Petrosky. You know me and my PA
it's gonna be a
fighters.
wrestling match. This is gonna be a wrestling match, brother.
You know me and my PA fighters, dog. I'm high on. I'm towly high on Andre Petrosky. I think the guy.
Let's go.
The guy win an Art of War title. Part of that Philly crew out there. Shout out to all the homies in Philly. But I got Andre Petrosky. I think. I don't know. Vieira's Vieira again. Decorated as all hell. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Popping off in the chat right now. What do you have, GL3, Andre Petrosky, fellow Pennsylvanian of Andre Petrosky, and Rodolfo Vieira?
Let's go. I'm a big fan of Petrosky. I remember watching him on The Ultimate Fighter. I thought he was going to win that season of The Ultimate Fighter. I think he's levels above this dude still. I'm ready to go. Pennsylvania all the way.
Let's see. We're a little biased here, guys. Sorry. Of course, had the loss to Chris Curtis, coming off 2 in a row. Beat Brundage and Petrosian. Lost to Hernandez, win over Stoltzfus. So what is he? 1, 2, 3. 3 out of his last 5 he won. So not hateful for Rodolfo Vieira. What do you
Still
what
in
do you
that
got, Sterling?
awkward-
I'm not gonna skip you this time.
Good
Are you trying
I'm
to like
good.
hold in something? Are you good or
No, well, I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling, dog.
does everybody on this show mount their TVs up here? Is everybody just
Yeah, well, yeah. I was about to say I got my stuff mounted, so I'm watching right there. I saw that comment about lazy earlier about everyone looking in the corners, got me looking in the corner, and I was like, yeah, brother, I don't blame you.
I didn't even see it.
I'm
I'm
going.
kind of half. Tanner was in here. He has
No, you're
access to the
good.
comments.
You're
I
good.
got it checked out.
You're good. I'm going with Petrosky. Like GL was saying, him being on the Ultimate Fighter really made me a fan of him this year, and the way he's handled himself since being on the Ultimate Fighter, he's there to be killed or get killed. You know what I'm saying? So
He's
or
here for it.
killing, or yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I'm going with Petrosky all the way, brother. This is 100% going to be grappling though. So like what Price was saying, if you're here for standing and banging, this is going to be a straight up MMA wrestling fight.
I think you might see some standing and banging. I think if one guy starts, and again, I could be wrong. I'm not privy to any gameplay.
There's a chance, yeah.
There's a chance they
Yeah,
try
we're
and
both
mix it up
guys.
a little bit, be a little excited. Everybody wants that 50K, dog.
Mhm.
Yeah.
2 wrestlers end up making a pretty good fight.
Oh yeah, Colby and Usman. too.
Ismail Bonfim
Ooh.
versus Nazim Sadikov. 2 Bonfim. It's a 2 Bonfim night for people that like to say Bonfim, because I feel like it's just fun to say. I also feel like he should be from France and not Brazil.
Mhm.
Some of these guys, like, I hear the name or I start researching them and I realize, like, Ihor Potier is probably the most confusing one out of all. Or Lyoto Machida. Where do you come on? You look at Lyoto Machida and hear his name. Where do you expect him to be from? But I digress. That's making or of Asian descent. Ismail Bonfim, Nazim Sadikov. What do you got, GL3?
So I got a story for this one.
Story time.
Go ahead.
Check this
so-
shit out. Oh,
I'm against this fight card. I'm against both the Bonfims. Nazim, I'm actually rooting for in this fight. I like how his abilities stack up against Bonfims. I'm kind of surprised that this was higher on the card than the Chaos Williams and Gabriel Bonfim fight, to be honest with
good
you.
point. I can
But
see it.
Nazim, I was chilling. I'm by myself at UFC 288. I'm sitting in the crowd, and this guy in front of me, he's about nice guy, 60 years old, just sitting by himself. And he is on FaceTime with Nazim. And at the time, I personally didn't know who he was. And I sat there and I was bullshitting with him earlier, and he was showing me that he was sitting there eating with Matt Frivola, Sterling, and that card was Sterling and Cejudo. So that was his uncle who was sitting in front of me. So shout out that guy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So we end up just BSing, and I'm rooting for. That just made me a fan, ever since that moment.
Shout out, hey, uncles, man. I sat by Pat Brady's uncle at BKFC Philly. Shout out to the Combat Sports uncles here. Shout out to Nazim's uncle. Shout out to GL3, who's clearly anti-Bonfim. He is not a fan of Bonfims.
Let's go.
Look for GL3 Fuck Bonfim merch coming soon on millions.co. Shout out to Nazim. He does, of course, train out there with Sterling, as you mentioned, Matt Privola out there. I believe doesn't he train out Longos with them?
Yeah, Longos.
He's out Longos. Yeah, he's out Longos with those guys. I know Sterling gets around now. I know it's hard to. There's not another thing that's changed too. Some of these guys are with this camp, but they're doing camps over here. And like Marab is not a Longo guy anymore. He's a syndicate guy out there with John Wood. So the times they are changing, just like the fight card. Edmund Shaboisian, Dylan Budka.
Well,
who do you have?
also S-Dogs. What do you?
He skipped me again. He skipped me again. I was like, I wasn't gonna say that to GL, but I was like, this is the 5th fight. Price is skipped. I was like,
catches them both. I'm a bad host. What can I say?
I was just gonna give them both together.
Look, I'll shut up.
Solid.
You pull the card up.
Nah, you're solid.
Look,
You're
you know
solid.
what? I feel bad.
No, bro, no. This is your dog. I'm on Checkmate's MMA show, dog. I'm just here for the vibes, brother. I'm here for
It's
the
all
vibes, bro.
It's look, I told you very early on in the show, autism, Tourette's, a little bit
It's
of
all
medical
good,
marijuana,
dog. It's all
and
good.
a little bit of no prep, so we're good.
I'm not
Edmund
gonna lie for that
Shabazian,
one. I was waiting for it to happen again.
we'll go back to Nazim. I was all hyped up on Nazim's uncle, dog.
Nah, bro. I'm going with Azim mainly because he trains out of Ray Longo's gym. I've had Ray Longo on the podcast too, so I love all those guys at Law MMA, bro. Cool ass dudes, and anyone that rocks a team Sarah Longo, you're good with me, man. And the Bob Fiends aren't my favorite either, Gio.
Ray Longo, I'm glad you
Legend.
brought him up again in depth.
Legend.
One of the nicest. I've ran into him at CES shows. I've seen him at rock shows. Bill's talked to him before. Like, again, we're only a couple hours out of New York here. Salt of the earth human being. One of the nicest fucking guys in the world. He'll take time to chop it up with people at shows, even if he doesn't know who the fuck you are.
I would definitely love to meet him.
He came on my podcast, bro, when I had like less than 100 subscribers. He came on like 7 months ago. Oh, bro, solid dude. They gave me like 40 minutes of his time. So I was like, bro,
wow.
You know what I'm saying? He was literally my
badass.
third guest. Yeah, bro. Dude, Gia, I was panicking even talking to him. So, like Price is saying, he's a cool dude, bro. He'll chop it up with anyone.
Salt of the earth human being. If you ever get to shake awesome. Ray Longo's hand and say hi to Ray Longo, spend 5 minutes.
Legend.
Leave him the fuck alone. Let him eat his food. Just Ray Longo's a saint.
Best accent in the game.
That fight's pulling on all of our heartstrings. So let's go, Nazim.
I'm Nazim, brother.
So I'm gonna get a fucking t-shirt made up with Nazim's uncle's head on it. Edmund Shabazian and Dylan Budka, what's going on?
I want Shabazian so bad. Like, just to win this fight, dude. Come on.
Personal level,
start climbing on up the rankings. Bro. I want him to win the fight so bad, dude.
Bro, that GM3 fight was bad.
So bad.
Bro, when he fought Gerald Meerschaert, dog, I wanted him to get that job done so bad. But like Gerald Meerschaert fashion, bro, he gets his ass whooped in that first half, and he just finds a way to get it done in the second half.
Yeah, bro. 11 wins by knockout, 1 win by submission, 11 first-round finishes. Edmund Shabazian. It's also just fun to say. Edmund Shabazian, 13 and 5. I mean, if you look at the losses recently, a loss to Fluffy Hernandez,
Derek Brunson,
a loss to Imavov, a loss to Hermanson. Like, if you look at the L's the guy's taking, a loss to 2020 Derek Brunson, like,
you know what I'm saying?
With the bleach, like, you know, he had the fight with Tavares, Jack Marshman. He had a win over Jack Marshman. Jack Marshman's probably one of the toughest guys to ever come out of the UK. The guy, Edmund Shabazian. We'll go with I'll go with Shabazian on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's who I'll take if I was going to do a parlay. This is not a gambling show.
This is not a gambling.
Calvin Cater, look for that shirt coming soon. Calvin Cater, if you tune into the show more than once with Bill Bookwalter here, you will hear at least 6 times. This is not a gambling show. Guys like Matt Lee, guys that have been around the show for a while will be able to tell you this in depth. Sterling's watched it. I'm sure he's heard it a time or two. Bill will also sit there and then say the words, "This is not a gambling show," and then immediately ask me what the line is because it's part of his parlay. Calvin Cater, Yusuf Zalal. Calvin Cater, toughest nails. What do you got, GL3?
This one, I feel like it might be either fight of the night written all over this one because both tough guys. I want to see Cater get a win. I want him to get back in the mix. You know, but this is a really good fight. It's a really good fight. I hope Cater wins.
Yeah, bro. Cater's a dog, man. If no one's ever watched Cater fight, it's truly a boxer fighting in MMA, and he's mixing his Muay Thai perfect with the way he blends this in together, dude. The Max Holloway Cater fight is one of the greatest fights I've ever seen. Even though it was one way, the heart that Cater shows nothing but respect. His fight against Josh Emmett was a war. He's always involved in just fights, bro. I've never seen a boring Calvin Cater fight except Aljamain Sterling, but Aljo just kind of dominated wrestling, and he needed a win too, so he kind of fought smart in that. But I cannot wait for this boy to get a dub, man. Huge fan of the New England Cartel. I look forward to seeing Rob Font fight. I don't know who he's going to fight against if they pull that Dominic Cruz card off, but I'm a huge fan of New England Cartel, brother, and I got Calvin Kattar all day in this dude.
Let's go.
Calvin Kattar, second. Wow, it's the joke is second best boxing in the UFC because Max Holloway the first. Calvin Kattar's up there, top 5.
Yeah. Oh, legit.
Boxing for MMA, and I say this not boxing for MMA because much like jiu-jitsu for MMA, it's boxing for MMA. Calvin Kattar, probably top 5 all time. Like crisp. Not saying that there's not a tie for like 6 people for the top 5, but Calvin Kattar, top 5 all time.
Tua, what's up, brother?
Jared Cannonier. What's up, Tua? Jared Cannonier, Gregory Rodriguez. Jared Cannonier, the journeyman's journeyman, got close, had an injury. I mean, I don't know if being at the top and fighting for a title discounts like takes away you being a journeyman, then he's not a journeyman. But in my definition, Jared Cannonier still got a few left. Gregory Rodriguez though is Gregory RoboCop Rodriguez. What do you got, GL3?
Mr. RoboCop. Whew. I feel like RoboCop might put him out early, or Cannonier might just show the levels, drag him out, and make it a 5-round decision win. I like those two kind of outcomes. I'd like to see Cannonier. I don't know how much he's got left in the tank. I believe he's 40.
41, I believe.
40,
yeah.
41. Go out and beat a young stud.
Just another guy, like, and again, you could say wins, losses. I'm not even going to bother naming them off. Just the names. He fought Chow Barao earlier this year. I always fuck his name up. Imavov, Vettori. Say what you will about Vettori. He's keeping that division in the UFC. If he doesn't make it up much past where he's at, fine, by all means. But Vettori's there. You know, he fought Strickland. Fought Adesanya back in 22, fought Derek Brunson again, bleach blonde Derek Brunson back in 22. Kelvin Gastelum, Robert Whitaker, Jack Hermanson, Anderson Silva, although it was 2019, it was still. He fought Branch, he fought Reyes back in 2018, he fought Blakovic, he fought, like, you got to go back to 2017 to see Jared Cannonier fighting somebody that wasn't relevant at the time. Shout out to Jared Cannonier. I'm a big Jared Cannonier fan. I hope he's got at least one more left in him.
SDAWGS, what do you think about the fight?
I was about to say, let me jump in for Price of the show and skip.
There's no more to move on to. There's no more to move on to. So
I'm just messing with you, dog. What Tua said right here is perfect. Tua says, Cannon better charge up his crystals, say a prayer, and the moon is to be at warning crescent. Cannonier for the win, brother. Waning crescent. My bad, Tua. But bro, I'm going with
crescent, buddy.
I fucked that up bad. I know. I'm trying to do 3 things at once. I'm going with Cannonier all day, bro. I'm a huge fan of Cannonier, man. I know he's 41 years old, but he got in the UFC very late. He got into fighting very late, so his body hasn't taken that much damage. And he fights about 2, maybe 3 times a year. So he's pretty much healthy for the most part. He trains at the lab out there in Arizona. They put on nothing but contenders out there. I hope Cannonier gets this done, but RoboCop's a motherfucking dog. If y'all don't remember that shitty Njoku fight that he had where he split his fucking face wide open, boys, and we saw inside of his brain, and he continued to go on and win that fight. So, fuck, I don't know who's going to win this fight. I hope Cannonier wins the fight, but boys, we need to sit back and enjoy when this fight comes on. This is going to be
it's going to be great. I think it says a lot about RoboCop, too, because look at the level, like you just listed off the names of all the names that Cannonier has fought. Now you got RoboCop here. Yeah, right now he's not like a ranked middleweight, but what's that say in 2-3 years, you know?
They all got to start somewhere too, bro. Like some of these, like I remember when Strickland was fighting Brendan Allen, and he wasn't even ranked at the time. You know what I'm saying? Now he's fought for the belt. Drickus when he was fighting Darren Till. Go ahead.
Jared Cannonier started MMA in March of 2011 as an amateur, turned pro in June. Sorry, Jared
at heavyweight.
Yeah, Jared Cannonier started in March of 2011, had a fight in March, a fight in May as an amateur, turned pro in June, and then proceeded to fight October 12th and October 28th for 2 different promotions, which sometimes it be like that on the regional scene.
Yes,
Jared
it
Cannonier,
is.
shout out. Been a pro since 2011.
While living in Alaska.
Yes, while living in
Oh
Alaska.
wow, that's a fun spot.
17-8. Unfortunately for Jared Cannonier, 3 of the 8 have been out of the last 5. So, but again, the losses, if you're looking at the losses, they're against the who's who of
Bro.
whatever respective division he was in at the time.
Facts. Even fought Izzy, man. The Izzy fight wasn't the greatest, but he gave Izzy was nervous to challenge him. Izzy knew he was a dark horse of division, and if Jared Cannonier touches you, you're out of there. So no one look at that Imavov fight and judge Jared off of that. I think that was an early stoppage, and he was winning that fight towards the end. So I'm pumped to see Jared come back since that Imavov fight in Louisville.
Yeah, that Louisville stoppage was a little sketchy. As soon as you mentioned it, it kind of jogged my memory, and I remember about it because I couldn't.
Super sketchy.
Yeah, super sketchy.
It was in the 5th round. It was in the 5th round. There was like a minute left, bro.
Sometimes it be like that.
Yeah.
But we've been around for an hour and a half. Tanner
boy.
came and went.
Shout out Tanner.
Shout out Tanner Cannon. Shout out all the homies. Some of the normal homies for us were here tonight. I saw their names in the chat, but I didn't see some
Let's
of them. So
go.
down on some of the regulars. Shout out to everybody in the chat that's here through SDAWGS MMA. I think we're still popping.
Big appreciate you boys, man.
It says we got a viewer on Instagram, but I thought Instagram cuts that shit off in an hour. We ran 90 minutes, boys.
Wow.
Is this the real GL3? Joey Star 29 on Instagram says.
Hey, that's my guy. What up, Joe?
It's the real GL3. He might not be there anymore. I'm horrible at getting the Instagram comments. If you're tuning in on Instagram, I apologize. We can't pop the comments up like we could pop them up regularly. I'm gonna
shout out Luke and Andrew.
Yeah, shout out Luke and Andrew. Shout
right
out,
there. Go solid episode, boys. Keep it up. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all. We try to bring different perspectives. It's respect first. Everybody makes the walk gets respect. For those of you that are new, Bill Bookwalter, our co-host that's not here this week, is a former UFC level, former ref. He refereed in he was licensed for 4 different commissions, was getting ready to get licensed in Vegas, did TV product for the UFC, Bellator, World Series of Fighting, PFL, LFA, CFFCs. He's refed more CFFCs in Atlantic City or Jersey and Philly than most people do. Spent a good bit of time under Big Dan Mergliata, Keith Peterson, and some of these guys that you see on as the third man of the cage on your favorite TV. He will be back next week. He's usually missing a show once a month, but we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, we have fresh roasted to order specialty grade organic coffee available at tinyurl.com/checkmate roasters. We have 6 different flavors. If you're asking for recommendations, kind of just go with what you drink. If you're a dark, light, or medium person, order accordingly. I will tell you that dark roast people love the bourbon. It's probably one of our best sellers. The cinnamon bun also. Use code CHECKMATE, CHKM8 for free shipping. For all things Checkmate MMA, you can Google or go to Linktree, Checkmate MMA. Everything's there. All links to everything. Links will be in the show descripts. Full episodes available at Checkmate MMA on YouTube. Clips available on all socials at Checkmate MMA. We got exclusive interviews with your boy SDAWGS, GL3, and more content and merch coming very soon at millions.co/checkmate-MMA. Follow us on Millions if you're in Millions. If not, I suggest you get over there. If you're a combat sports fan, it's going to be popping with the content soon. We appreciate SDAWGS, MMA Talk, the homie Sterling from Texas coming through. Appreciate GL3 joining us.
I appreciate you having me on, dog. Everyone, y'all be sure to make sure y'all like and subscribe to Checkmate MMA. The boys up here, Price and GL, the boy Tanner, and SDAWGS MMA Talk. We appreciate every single one of you people, man.
All you guys at Checkmate MMA across all socials, wherever you're at, we're there. And if you want to talk to GL3, slide in our DMs on Twitter, and he'll have a conversation with you. He's not on it. He's not up on everything else yet, but he's
let's go, people.
Twitter. Always running our Twitter. For those Twitter viewers out there, we appreciate you. I guess that's it. I guess that's it with the boys this week. We can start doing this once a month, dog. Bill usually dips off for night shift, So we got a little gap up here sometimes once a month. We can start doing some more collabs. Tua, we appreciate you tuning in.
You're the man, Tua. I appreciate you, dog. You're the man.
We appreciate all the new subs. Let me look here. Let me see what we got because I know. Yeah, bro, we already picked up some new subs on YouTube. We picked up some new subs on Insta. Appreciate
I'm telling you, bro. My people show love, dog. My people show love.
S-Dog's always bringing the like fucking best energy, dude. Just like, yeah, that's my fucking dog.
I'm telling you, dog.
It's awesome, dude.
He's the hype man. It's hype man. What he needs, and I wanted to do it this week for him because he's all hyped up. I wanted to get him like the air horn that they do at the sports games when somebody scores like a football or a basket or whatever, basketball game.
Yeah,
like
bro.
I want to hit the air horn in the back because he be getting so hyped when he sees some of these people. So I appreciate the energy.
Hey, I'm telling you, dog, and I'm glad the homies showed you a little support as well, dog. I'm glad they came over as well and subscribed to Checkmate MMA. Folks, you'll be seeing Price on my show as well. And, you know, if I got time, I'm always down to hop on with the boys over here.
Yeah, bro. We got 25. The thing about this channel is we want to shout it out and make it clear to everybody. We got 25 plus years on the ground, whether it be on the jiu-jitsu mats with Tanner, promoting, managing, cornering, training with me, or Bill was a pro fighter. He won championships on the regional level. He reffed on the regional level. He reffed. If you go back and check out the Sean Strickland, Drickus Duplessis package, he's ref Sean Strickland, so he was in that. Bill Bookwalter reffed Spivak, Tybora Spivak 1. He's in the promo package for that. So if you look at the intro to our show, he's reffed Andre Orlowski. Clay Guida, we ran into Clay Guida in Philly after BKFC, and Clay Guida gave Bill Bookwalter a hug like they go back to grade school. So for those of you who want to tune in and learn some stuff or offer some different perspectives, that's what we do here. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Everybody new. I want to see this population impact studies Price was talking about the last show. What population? Look, autism.
You were on the show. You were on the show Monday talking about it on my show.
The population impact studies, as far as like what the economic impact. There's studies that they have a team that do it. I don't know if I'm pretty sure it's trade secrets. I don't think you're ever going to be able to find it, but there are economic impact studies that they do. They have a team go out and do this. And like I said, the first time it was a big deal. The first time the UFC went to Australia, they got 20 million in site fees. I don't know what they got this time, but it's all public record when they got joined with TKO. You can dig and find some of this stuff on the internet and look. But yeah, 20 million in site fees. It's an economic. That's how they bill it. They bill it as an economic event. Hotels, et cetera, et cetera. It was part of the reason they even debated on canceling the LA card with the LA fires, was because the hotels and the infrastructure there was already overworked. Not that the fires themselves were burning. I'm not an economic. I don't have a degree like some of these YouTubers, but it's just things I've learned along the way in my 25 years, part of our 25 years on the ground, not my 25 years.
You're the man, Price. I was about to say I don't want to interrupt, bro, but I gotta get going. I gotta train.
We gotta get to. I'm fucking rolling an hour low.
I was about to say, bro, I don't want to even hit you off, but I gotta get going.
Autism, Tourette's, and medical marijuana. That's what we're powered by here at Checkmate Special.
No worries.
We'll see you guys next week.